Hey guys, I'm Heather. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. We're talking all about how to build a healthy, balanced meal today. If we haven't met yet before, I'm Heather. I run the website fitmamarealfood.com, where I share healthy, family-friendly recipes that the whole family will love, tips on bringing kids in the kitchen, and I also run Fit Mama Meal Plans, a monthly meal plan membership. So let's talk about a question that I'm often asked about, which is, how do you build a balanced meal? Now, when I think about building meals, I think about 4 things. 3 of them are our main macronutrients: carbs, fat, protein, and then veggies is the bonus. Now, I don't actually think of them in that order. I kind of reverse it. Are there veggies? Those are important. Is there protein? That's important. Is there fat? Also important. And then carbs. So I don't know why I shared it in that first order when I normally think about it in the other order. Okay, let's talk about each of those 4, what that can look like in a meal, and how we can simplify building healthy, balanced meals. Okay, so I think that we can all agree that veggies are important. I mean, they provide vitamins, minerals, they're fiber rich, they're filled with so much goodness, and also they're typically a nutrient dense food, which means you get a lot of nutrition at a low caloric input. So you're getting a lot for not very much calories often. So how can we add more veggies in? I always like to think about, like, can I add a little more veggies into a meal? So that could be as easy as adding a salad along, or roasting up some broccoli, or serving some kale chips along. Or even if you're making spaghetti, can I take some frozen spinach from the freezer, put it in the spaghetti sauce? Or grate some carrots, or grate up some zucchini, or add in some onions. So always thinking about, is there a way I can add a little more veggies in, whether it's front and center, like a salad you can easily see, or something that's kind of put into a meal, some grated zucchini in spaghetti. Okay, so that's part 1, is veggies. Now, another hugely important component is protein in a meal. Protein is so important. It's a building block of our body. It breaks down into amino acids, and those are so important. They're a building block in our body. So protein, when we're thinking about a meal, I think about meat is my number 1 that I think about. Chicken, beef, pork, turkey, seafood, and then we are huge egg eaters in our house, but you can also get protein in other ways. You can get them in dairy products, in your nuts, in your seeds, in your beans and lentils. So think about what protein sources that you want to include. Every family has some that they love and that they gravitate towards. So we tend to be meat eaters in our family. We'll occasionally throw in some vegetarian options, but we're always thinking about, okay, what protein is going to be part of our meal, because protein matters. And also in the meal, we include fat. Now that could be naturally coming from the protein option, if it is a fattier option, or even like salmon is filled with amazing omega-3 fatty acids. It's a little fattier of a fish than a white fish. So I'm thinking about, is there already fat added in our protein that we're using? Or what fat am I going to be cooking with? Or what fat am I going to be adding into our meal? Are we having Mexican food and I'm going to be adding avocado onto our meal as well? Or are we having some kind of stir fry and I'm going to add sesame seeds, which are a great fat source as well, onto our meal? So somehow adding fat into the meal is always something I think about. And then lastly, carbohydrates, to again get our 3 macronutrients in, because that is bringing our balance, and just being smart with the carb options that we're choosing. Are we going to be using some sweet potatoes as a carbohydrate? Or are we going to use some brown rice? Or am I going to cook up quinoa? Or if it's a breakfast, am I having oats? Are we going to have some kind of bread as an option, or some kind of pasta? So when I think about adding a carbohydrate in, I think, what is my best option that I have? When I'm thinking about a rice, am I going to use a brown rice, a wild rice, a black rice, or a white rice? So just deciding which one fits best within your family and your preferences, and making sure that we've got all of those checked off. So what can that look like? All right, we're gonna talk about Taco Tuesday. Here's what this can look like, and it often happens in our house. We love taco salads. And I love anything that you can kind of build a salad around because you know you're going to be adding the veggie component. So we've got our veggies there. Okay, what are we gonna have for some protein? We love using ground beef with taco seasoning. So right there's our protein. What's gonna be our fat? We're gonna have some avocado, and we might also have some cheese in there as well. A lot of foods, you're gonna get a mix of macronutrients. That's what you're gonna find in cheese. You're gonna get protein and you're gonna get fat. Okay, so we've hit 3 of them. And then what are we gonna have for our carbohydrate? We're gonna probably serve it with tortilla chips because we love that. But you could easily turn it into tacos and use tortilla shells, or you could use some big wraps, or you could even turn it into burrito bowls. So there's a lot of ways that you can, build that meal and make it work for your family. But that's how I think about building balanced meals, thinking about those 4 components because they all matter. And, I also know that not every meal is going to be perfect, and that's okay. We don't want to let perfectionism take over our joy out of the meal. So I want to encourage you, do your best, find what works for you, and just know that if a meal doesn't meet whatever you're looking for, then the next meal is another opportunity to just work on that. And that's what we're doing day after day, doing our best. And I want you to know I believe in you and I'm here to help you along with it. So if you guys have questions, definitely leave a comment down below. If you're looking for examples of what that looks like, I want to send you my free meal plan. I have a 1-week meal plan. It's actually taken out of my meal plan membership. And I want to send it to you. So that's linked down below. Give it a try and you can see what these healthy, balanced meals look like. All right, I will see you guys later. Bye.